Lauren, I'm going to say something. This is just the way I think. I think it's very difficult for a guy of Joey Votto's ilk or a Juan Soto for their teams to go through these rebuilds, and for them, they've won Joey Votto hasn't won a World Series, but he's played in a lot of postseason moments and big moments in Cincinnati where he's driving to the yard knowing that that's not going to be the case. So you become almost a selfish ball player, and you don't want to play for your own personal stats. You want to play for the 26 guys in the clubhouse and create kind of the hangover, a wolf pack, and it gets tough. So I think maybe mentally more difficult for him to get rolling than physically, even though he is getting up there in age. But okay, let's dive into the matchup between him and Kyle Hendricks, because he is starting to get hot, and there is a lot of history here. Okay, pause this real quick for me. I want to read this. He entered the game against Kyle Hendricks hitting .361 with 4 homers and 15 RBIs. And you're going to run into a classic theme here. Okay? Run this real quick. A lot of these are on the same pitch. Okay? And Kyle Hendricks is not going to beat you with velocity, so Joey Votto can sit soft right here. Pause this. Bring up the board of how he attacks left-handers, Capalbo. Okay? So this is Kyle Hendricks. So you got to take yourself inside the mind of Joey Votto, and he's telling himself this is not a guy with high velocity that you have to just totally honor the fastball. You can kind of sit in between, even though Kyle, when he's on his game, has got that good late action on all his stuff, the two-seamer, the changeup. So this is how he attacks normal left-handed batters. He's throwing you the fastball almost 60% of the time, the changeup 30%, and you can pretty much wipe out the curveball, right? Maybe he's going to throw it to me 0-0, and then you take a look at what guys do off it. Not much, to be honest with you. The velocity's at 87, 80. There's a variation there of 7 miles an hour, so you can kind of sit in between if he's not on his game. Now bring up the board of how he has attacked Votto in the past. Okay, take a look at this. Fastball almost 77% of the time, changeup and curveball. So he has a little bit of a different mix. He attacks Joey Votto a little bit differently in his career than he's attacked other left-handers, but 4 of those homers are all on changeups. So there's a history there. So I was locked in on these ABs last night. Let's get into them. He didn't see one changeup. One thing I want to pause this real quick. One observation when he's come back, right before he went on the COVID IL, we did a lot of diving in on why guys, Nolan Arenado, Paul Goldschmidt, you see it around the league, Brandon Nimmo, are going with this hockey puck kind of handle to kind of distribute and balance out their bat to get more bat speed getting through the zone. Well, he went back old school recently. Constant game of adjustments. So let's go into these ABs of how Kyle Hendricks attacked him last night. And this was an unbelievable at-bat, but he's coming at him with nothing but fastballs. Joey just trying to work that two-seamer in, pretty much the same pitch, in and out with the two-seamer, not showing him the changeup. Look at Joey sticking his nose in there, trying to get hit by a pitch. He wants that one back right there, middle of the plate heater, and eventually Kyle goes to the well one too many times where Joey's saying to himself, I'm not sitting anything but gas right here, and takes him bridge. Awesome swing from Joey Votto. Getting going with Mike Moustakas right there. So second AB, is it going to be more of the same? All right, so pause that real quick, because I got a theory on this. Okay, so if I'm Joey Votto in this situation, which I've never been that kind of hitter, but usually he came at him with nothing but fastball, 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 homer. Flips him a curveball 0-0. Usually when a starting pitcher flips you a curveball 0-0, they'll flip it again, okay? Especially if they don't steal a strike with it at first. So I would have been sitting kind of a rinky-dink curveball in the zone right here. Run this. And Kyle Hendricks does not throw that. He goes right back to the heaters. Great pitch right there, two-seamer. Everything in, everything trying to crowd Joey Votto. Eventually he hits the triple down the line. Some guys you just match up great against. Kyle Hendricks has been one of the best starters in the National League for the last 8 to 10 years, but man, it just seems like Joey Votto has had his number in the NL Central, dominating. and he checked his pulse after he got the triple because he hasn't been doing much of that. So I just thought it was a good matchup. Joey Votto's going to get it going. He has gotten it going already. You can't lay this guy down for long. So number 19 is a special player.
Patrick Wisdom on the show today has talked about using that hockey puck-style bat.
Yeah, a lot of guys are doing it.
It's interesting, the number of players that are using that. And that Votto tried it, and then he went back to his...
And I guarantee you, Robert, he's going to go back to it again.